Tuesday, 6:21 p.m. Instead of texting her friend back, Devin calls her.
Oh god, are you okay? Did you run away? Are you hiding somewhere?
Calm down, I'm fine, Devin said into the phone. Honestly, everything seems good. I think it's an actual game.
An actual game would be on a meetup, not a Craigslist listing.
Yeah, Devin says slowly, her eyes sweeping the line in front of Frank, as well as the corners of the room where groups were already starting to form. I'll admit, the people here are on the more eclectic side.
What does that even mean?
Ella demanded.
Devin, what is going on?
Devin quickly explained what she could of the game, ending with, it's sort of like a cross between a scavenger hunt and fugitive.
What the heck is fugitive?
I meant to say capture the flag.
What the heck is fugitive?
Don't look it up.
Devin, this isn't funny.
I know, sorry, but for real, I think it's okay. And if you want, you can stay on the phone with me. The rules say that we can talk to people outside the game. I mean, if they're allowing outside influence, it can't be, illegal, right?
Not right.
I think I'm gonna do this.
Devin!
It'll be fun, Devin says into the phone as she heads towards the end of the now very short line in front of Frank.
Devin, this is a stupid idea. A very, very dumb, unsafe idea.
But not boring.
That cannot be the only criteria you have for doing something.
Devin shrugged even though her friend couldn't see her. She was suddenly at the beginning of the line. Name? Frank demanded. Devin, she responded without hesitation.
Don't give your real name, you idiot!
Her friend more or less screamed in her ear. Frank held out the bucket to her. She peered in and found there was only one crumpled up note left. She pulled it out and unballed it. Team number? Frank asked. Number 8. Wednesday, 1:10 a.m. Stop staring at me like this is all my fault, she snapped at him.
It is your fault.
You're just... The extremely loud trill of her phone cut her off, and she cursed at the sound of the ringtone, picking it up quickly. Hi, Mom, she said cheerily into the phone, ignoring her partner's loud...
Are you kidding me?
I'm kind of busy. Can I call you back? Is everything okay, honey? Ella just called me, sounding really worried. Yeah, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I was just talking to her, but the call dropped suddenly. I'm calling her back right now. Are you sure, honey? Yeah, Mom, everything's good. I'm sorry she woke you. Devin pulled the phone away to check the time. It's 4 where you are, right? Oh, you know I'm an early riser. I'm okay as long as you're okay. You're okay, right? She asked again. Yes, Mom, but I really have to go. I'll call you later today, okay? Okay, hon. I love you. I love you too, Mom. Bye now. Bye. Devin hung up the phone before fully hearing her mother's farewell. She turned to the irritated man once more, ready to lay into him, but her phone rings again, and she about faces and picks up the call in less than a second. You called my mom? Devin demanded of her friend.
You hung up while you were screaming!
Her friend fires back. You didn't have to call my mom!
You're lucky I didn't call the frickin' police, Devin. What happened?
Before she could answer, the phone was snatched out of her hand, and she whirled around to see the man with the phone pressed against his face.
We're busy at the moment. Stop calling.
If you hang up, she will call the police, Devin shouted quickly, reaching out for the phone even as he stepped away from her. Her friend must have said something similar by the way she watched him grit his teeth in annoyance. A few seconds passed, and he finally gave a tear
Fine.
before pulling the phone from his ear and putting it on speaker. Ella? Devin said into the air.
First,
Her friend said.
I want to know exactly what happened at the antique shop and what happened once the call was cut off.
Well, it happened really fast, Devin began, but stopped when her partner snorted.
It did not. Your idiot friend.
Hey!
Let the man talk, Devin.
Whose side are you on?
The one that gets me information to have this game done with as soon as possible. Now shut up.
The man smirked at that, and even though Devin wanted to say something, she held her tongue.
When we got in there were 3 other teams in the shop searching for the item.
That's where the original plan had fallen apart, because, yes, they had actually had a plan. When all of the tasks had been emailed out, there were some that were complicated but only had one instruction, whereas others seemed a bit easier but had many steps attached to them. The 2 of them, with Ella listening anxiously on the line, had decided to go for one that had a few more steps. Coordinates to the location were given, and then a code that had to be deciphered. Then another set of coordinates which led them to the antique shop, and from there it wasn't too difficult for them to figure out that the tape was what they were looking for, if they were really paying attention to the steps before that. It was just...
All the teams are staring us down, and she just walks into the middle of the group, pockets the item, and walks back to me.
That was the task, Devin shouts.
That was one part of the task.
He shot back, looking ready to lay into her again before Ella's voice cut in.
What's the next part of the task?
We need to hear what is on the item, transcribe it, and then get it back to the checkpoint.
Okay. And the item is a cassette tape, yeah? Do either of you own a cassette player?
No.
No.
Do either of you know anyone locally that owns one?
No.
No.
Okay, let me think.
It won't matter if we get it transcribed if we can't get back to the checkpoint.
He said.
Oh, shut up, dude.
Ella snapped.
One problem at a time.
Devin covered her mouth but couldn't stop the laugh that came from her when she caught the offended look on his face.
Alright,
Ella finally says.
you guys need to go back to the antique shop.
And why would we do that?
Her partner asked, distaste already returning to his voice, but Devin ignored it because she could see how her friend's mind was working. Of course! They'll probably have a cassette player for sale in there.
Why would we go back there when the other teams are going to be there too?
Because any teams that are there won't be the ones that saw us take the item in the first place. They're probably all out trying to chase us down. Any teams that are there will still think the item is hidden somewhere. He considered her words for a quiet moment, but then nodded.
Okay, fine. So we have a way to hear what's on it. Once we do, how are we supposed to get the information back to the checkpoint?
One thing at a time.
Ella repeated.
First, get back there and get what you need to finish the task. After that, we can talk about getting to the home stretch.
Fine.
Her partner said again as he made his way back to the bike. Gosh, I wish you were here with me, Devin said into the phone as she took it off speaker.
She'd make a better partner than you.
The man grouched loudly.
Devin, if I was even within a 2-hour driving distance, I would come right now to sabotage this for you to make sure you get banned from ever doing this again.
Devin was glad she took the phone off speaker before her partner could hear the conviction in her friend's voice on that threat.